Hi guys, how have you been? It's been a while since I've come on to talk to you personally. If I'm a hot mess, it's because I just walked around. I have to get out and I have to start walking again. And so when the moment strikes in me, I have to jump out and do it. So it's actually pretty here today. It's 74 degrees. It's going to be 59 on Wednesday or Thursday with more heavy rains. I cannot believe this is, I don't ever remember it being this bad, and I've been here 50 years. It probably has, but I don't remember it. It's been a long time. I do these videos. It would be nice if I could be scheduled and say do one every Sunday or Monday or Friday or whatever day. But a lot of times I do them when I'm inspired. And I think I'm kind of inspired today, and that's why I'm here. I want to talk about gratitude, and I want to talk about love, and I want to talk about victimization, and whatever else comes out of that. So that's where my thoughts are today. So let's get going. The first thing I want to say is gratitude. I am so grateful for everybody that watches these videos and shares their thoughts and comments below, and also and especially for those of you that have joined us in our Widows Facebook group. I'm telling you, it's the best group of women ever. And if you guys are watching this, first time widow, or it's been a while for you and you've not heard of this, we have a phenomenal Facebook group just for widows. And you won't find more love, more support, more understanding than in that group, more friendship. It's amazing. And so if you're new, find me on Facebook. I'm under Connie Norleen. Friend request me, and then send me a private message and tell me that you want to be in the Facebook group. I ask you to private message me because sometimes the friend requests get lost and I don't see them for a while. And so if you want in, I want to catch you in the moment, okay? So my gratitude goes on in this way, and I may do this in segments where my head's going. I don't know. Hope you can follow me. One day last week, I don't remember what day, I read a page in Jesus Calling, and it just hit me. It hit me hard. And I broke down. I had a meltdown. Everything that had been happening to me in that week, it just all hit me at once. And those of you who've been following me for a while, you know my neighbor, longtime friend. We did everything together, been friends for 19 years. We live 6 houses apart, and I don't ever see her. It breaks my heart, but that's the way it is. I can only chase her so long. And then I have to just have I have to have respect for myself and my own dignity. So I'm not gonna chase her anymore. That's not my point. My point is that I can't talk to her about my feelings and my emotions and things that are going on because she's not there. And she was my go-to. I have a second go-to, and that's my best friend in Sacramento. And I can't talk to her about this either because she's not been there. And so she tries to understand, but she just can't completely like you guys can, because we're all pretty much in the same boat. And we may face things differently, and some of us it may hit harder than others, but we're all going through the same thing. And so I can't talk to either one of my girls about it because it's their dad. And sometimes they're part of my issue, as you heard in my post on the other day that I did. And so I thought, I don't pay a therapist or a counselor. I don't have the friends anymore to share these feelings with. And I'm just sitting here in a mess. What am I going to do? And so I went to the Facebook group and I just started typing. And I just poured my heart out. And I thought, you guys are my therapist. You're my counselor today. And I hope and pray that each of us can be that for each other anytime and all the time that we need it. And so I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you read my post and you shared any of your heartfelt thoughts and comments and understandings and similar situations and just a lot of things, I want to thank you. And the couple of you that reached out to me personally just meant the world to me. I had a wonderful typing chat, and then I had a great voice chat with a couple of different ones of you, dear friends. You've just all become dear friends to me. And I'm just grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful for the group. And that's my gratitude. And love, yesterday was t-shirt day at church. So this was the t-shirt I got. And it's love, no matter what, John 13:35. And so it's 74 degrees out here, so I just wore a t-shirt today. And I thought this was very appropriate because I just want to share my love and my gratitude with you guys. And so that kind of encompasses my gratitude and my love. And then moving on to victimization. I had a great conversation this morning. Most of you know that I have a business. I'm a leader in a group, and I help lead people to better financial situations, better physical situations, health challenges, weight loss, whatever. That's what I do, and I do it from home because I can do it anywhere. It's awesome. And so I was on a call this morning, and then I was talking with a fellow business partner, leader, and the topic came up of personal growth and victimization. And if you've ever heard anything about, if you've been in business at all, you probably have, personal growth. They always suggest going to personal growth seminars and things like that. And you really, it just hit me this morning with this conversation, what all of that part of it was about when you do that with the personal growth. And that is because at most of us, whether we admit it or realize it or not, at some point in our life, from birth until where we are now, we've been a victim of something. And so we can absorb that victimization and carry it to whatever degree that we are stuck in. Because I think if we carry it past a certain point, that without getting help, that we're stuck in it. And so whether it's taking an online course or some YouTube videos from people that are willing to share their information, or if you go to a personal growth weekend seminar or something like that, I think those are important to do. And I've been doing that off and on for over 20 years. Am I healed? Am I done? No, we're never done. Because something else always comes up, which brings me to this. I've been doing a couple of YouTube videos for the vaginal prolapse. And the first video that I did, when I introduced myself and I said, I'm a victim of vaginal prolapse. And that's true. But I can choose to stay in that and complain about it and just make it the issue of every conversation I have, or almost every conversation I have. If that's my point of who I am, people are going to get tired of hearing it. That's what I think. And so one of the things that I'm sharing on the videos that I'm going to get to, that I want to share some thoughts and ideas and suggestions, because we have to be able to overcome it in one way or another to keep from continuing to be a victim. So it's like if you choose not to have surgery or any of the other things that you can do to hopefully make it somewhat better, then you can stay in a victim mode in your head. And you can say, well, I can't do this because of it, and I can't do that because of it, and and just grumble about it all the time. And people get tired of hearing about it. And so they may distance themselves from you more and more. So I bring that back to us, where we are today. And are we victims of widowhood? Or is it a circumstance in our life, a big one, that we need to work through? And I believe that we are not victims because God knew this was going to happen for us long before we got here. And had we known, maybe we could have taken better precautions or something in some cases. So I don't believe that we're a victim, although we feel like we are. Oh my gosh, we feel like we are, right? We're at the bottom of the pit, especially for the first year or two. And I want to suggest that if we look at our widowhood as a circumstance, and I don't want to rush you through this, you have to do it at your own pace. I mean, I told you I had a meltdown last week, but not everybody has to know of our meltdowns. A lot of people look at us as it is and they think, oh my, you're so strong, I just don't know how you do it, because they don't see the meltdowns. So those of us that talk about it too much, whether it's to our kids or our friends or other family members or at work, then they look at us as victims, and even though they feel sorry for us, they don't know what to do. They just don't know what to do. And so they will tend to back off. And so back to the circumstance, I want to suggest that we look at this as a circumstance. This is kind of heavy. I hope you guys can track with me on this, and I'm very interested in your thoughts and your input. Share down below what your thoughts, any thoughts that you have or feelings or input in this whole thing, because that's what this is all about. You know, like I said in the prolapse videos, is women helping women, and that's what I'm all about. So I may not be like Wonder Woman and stand from the mountaintops, but I'm all about women helping women. So quickly, if you will think about this as a circumstance, and just like the prolapse, we have to solve the situation. And so what we have to solve is, there's so many things, but the loneliness, number one, the loneliness. We have to solve that. And so I was talking to my friend this morning about, I'm not a real outgoing person. And so I'm fine if I get in a room with people. I don't sit in a corner most of the time. But I may not, I just have, I'm uncomfortable sometimes going places. And so that took my brain totally off of my train of thought because I put it on me for a second. So I apologize for that. So it's a circumstance. I'm going to go back there. I'm going to back up. Circumstance. So being lonely means that what do we do to not be so lonely? We can still have our times, my goodness sakes. I'm not asking you not to experience all what you have to go through, because we do. I said in the post today that I talked to a lady a couple of 3 years ago, and she said, you know, she lost her husband 21 years ago. And she said, so far it's been 21 years and I still miss him. So I'm not asking you to put yourself aside. I'm suggesting that we deal with each issue, find out what they are, and deal with the most important ones first, or the smallest ones first. If the big ones are too hard, start with the smallest ones. And find some things that we can learn to overcome to be the new person that God wants us to be for the rest of our life, whether it's doing things independently, whether it's finding a companion, whether it's getting married again, whatever it is that we feel like we want or need to do with God's nudging, that's what we need to look at. You know, I've got a dear friend that's in this group, and her husband's been gone a couple of years, and she's a dear friend because I met her here. Isn't this the greatest thing? I met her right here. She watched my videos, and she reached out to me. We chatted. I put the Facebook group together. She joined that. We continue to chat, and it's awesome. And her name is Janice. I think that's how you pronounce it, right, Janice? Or is it Jonice? Tell me that so I can understand that. I don't know which way it goes. Anyway, she lives in England, and she's an entertainer. So if you think about, we're all suffering this same situation, and we're all in our grief mode, and we're all in our loneliness. But she had friends, she had friends that were entertainers, and different groups of friends. She's entertained with more than one group. And so they would, invite her to come out to different things that they had going on and traveling. And so she's been doing that. Now, when she comes back home, I'm sure still has some sad times. She has her grandkids around, and she's doing pretty good. And she reached out to me, and she's just a great friend. And many of you I have met the same way, and I love each and every one of you. And I'm grateful for the friendships that we have acquired through all of this. It's just awesome. So think about circumstances instead of victim, and see what you come up with. And if you're not in the Facebook group, come join us. And if this is your first time here, please subscribe and click the little bell so you'll get notified when I do another video. And I would like to, if you're open, I had a great conversation with my one of my business friends today, and not on us, but on this kind of subject. And so I just thought I wanted to just bring it here and talk to you guys about it with our situation and see what you think. So I'd love to hear back from you, either here and or in the Facebook group, or both, and let's have a conversation. All right? And remember, if nobody else tells you today, I love you. Have an awesome day. Bye for now. And I never know how to turn this thing off. One of these days I'll figure it out. So I have to come over here and reach over and turn it off. Bye-bye.